Why longevity isn't random. Most people over 70 ask the same question: how many good years do I realistically have left? It's not about fear. It's about clarity. You've earned your life, your habits, your wisdom, and now, you want to know what matters most going forward. Is it your blood pressure? Your cholesterol? Your genes? Not exactly. Modern research says there are small, consistent markers in your everyday health that predict not just how long you'll live but how well you'll live. These aren't complicated tests. They're physical and behavioral signs your body is already showing you. And if you know how to spot them, you'll know what to fix and how to buy yourself more healthy time. Let's start with the most surprising one. Sign 1, your walking speed. What it reveals: your brain and heart health in real time. You probably think of walking slower as just a normal part of aging. But researchers from the University of Pittsburgh and the British Medical Journal found something far more important: walking speed predicts mortality in seniors with uncanny accuracy. In one study of over 34,000 people aged 65 and older, those who walked faster than 1 meter per second, about 2.2 miles per hour, had a significantly higher chance of living 10 more years than slower walkers. Why? Because walking is a full-body test. You use your legs for power, your heart for blood flow, your brain for coordination, and your nervous system to keep it all balanced. When your walking speed drops, it's often not about laziness or stiffness, it's because one or more systems are breaking down. Self-check. Can you cross the street comfortably before the light changes? Can you walk 400 meters, roughly 1/4 mile, without needing to stop? If not, it's time to rebuild leg and core strength, do light resistance training, and see your doctor to rule out circulatory or neurological issues. Bottom line: if your pace slows, your systems are slowing. Fix what's weakening early. Sign 2, your grip strength. What it reveals: your total body muscle health and survival odds. Think a weak handshake is just a small inconvenience? Think again. Grip strength is one of the most powerful predictors of longevity. No exaggeration. A massive study published in The Lancet followed nearly 140,000 adults in 17 countries and found that lower grip strength was more closely associated with early death than high blood pressure. Why is that? Because your grip is a proxy for total muscle mass, coordination, and even heart health. As you age, you naturally lose muscle, a process called sarcopenia. But losing too much, too fast? That's what puts you at risk for falls, frailty, and eventually, dependence. And grip strength doesn't just measure muscle. It reflects the quality of your nervous system, your vascular function, and your ability to recover from illness. How to test it? Squeeze a tennis ball. If it's noticeably harder than it used to be, or if your hands fatigue quickly, you're likely losing strength. Can you easily open a jar lid without straining? Lift a full kettle? Carry groceries with one hand? If these feel harder now than they did a few years ago, take it seriously. What to do? Start resistance training. Even 2 days a week with light dumbbells or resistance bands can reverse muscle loss. Use hand grippers or squeeze therapy balls while watching TV. Add protein to your meals. Seniors need more than younger adults to maintain muscle. Bottom line: a strong grip today could literally mean more years tomorrow. Sign 3, how well you sleep. What it reveals: brain aging, immune function, and future disease risk. Sleep after 70 gets tricky. You might sleep lighter, wake up more often, or struggle to feel rested. But poor sleep isn't just annoying, it shortens your life. A study in Nature Communications found that people over 70 who slept less than 6 hours a night had a 30% higher risk of developing dementia. Even more startling, interrupted sleep, especially waking multiple times per night, was tied to higher mortality rates across several studies, including those from Harvard and the NIH. Sleep is your body's repair window. If it's broken, your immune system, hormones, and brain detox cycles never fully recover. That slowly chips away at your resilience. Self-check. Do you fall asleep within 20-30 minutes of lying down? Do you sleep at least 6.57 hours most nights? Do you feel alert within an hour of waking up? If not, your sleep may be affecting more than just your energy. Fixes that work. Limit caffeine past noon. Get bright natural light during the morning, it resets your circadian rhythm. Go to bed and wake up at the same time, even on weekends. Bottom line. If your sleep is shallow, your recovery is too. Don't just accept poor sleep as normal aging, it's not. Sign 4, your ability to balance. What it reveals: neuromuscular control and risk of fatal injury. Balance isn't something we think about until we fall. But your ability to stay upright, especially while doing something like standing on one foot or turning quickly, says a lot about your longevity. In one study published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine, researchers tested over 1,700 people aged 51 to 75 by asking them to balance on one foot for 10 seconds. Those who couldn't were almost twice as likely to die in the next 7 years, even when adjusting for health conditions. Why? Because poor balance is an early sign of decreased coordination between brain and body, diminished lower limb strength, inner ear and vision deterioration, early stage neurological changes. Self-check. Try standing on one foot, eyes open, for 10 seconds. Can you do it without wobbling or stepping down? Also notice, do you feel confident walking in dim light? Climbing stairs without holding the rail? What helps? Simple balance exercises, toe to heel walking, standing yoga poses like tree pose, Tai Chi, which has been proven to reduce falls in older adults. Strengthening your core and legs, especially glutes and hamstrings. Bottom line. Your balance is a window into your brain and reflexes. Train it, don't lose it. Sign 5, your resting heart rate. What it reveals: cardiovascular fitness and risk of sudden death. Your heart rate when you're sitting quietly might not feel like a big deal. But it's a crucial metric. Think of it as your body's idle speed. The lower it is within reason, the more efficiently your heart is working. Studies from Harvard, the American Heart Association, and the Copenhagen City Heart Study all found that a resting heart rate over 80 beats per minute in older adults is associated with a 30–50% higher risk of early death, even in people without heart disease. Why it matters? A fast resting pulse can mean poor cardiovascular fitness, chronic stress or anxiety, undiagnosed inflammation or hormone imbalances, reduced heart function. How to check it? First thing in the morning before getting out of bed, count your pulse for 60 seconds. If it's consistently over 75–80 bpm, especially if it's rising year by year, it's a signal. What to do? Walk daily for 20–30 minutes. Brisk walking is enough. Practice deep breathing or meditation for 5–10 minutes a day. If your resting heart rate is always high, talk to your doctor about medications, thyroid issues, or arrhythmia. Bottom line. A calm heart at rest means a strong heart under stress. Sign 6, your sense of purpose. What it reveals: mental resilience and risk of chronic disease. This one might surprise you, but it's backed by science. Seniors who wake up with a sense of purpose, something meaningful to do, someone to care for, goals to pursue, life significantly longer. A landmark study published in Psychological Science followed over 7,000 adults aged 50 and up. Those with a strong sense of purpose had a 15% lower risk of death over the following decade, regardless of income, education, or health status. Purpose acts as psychological armor. It reduces stress hormones like cortisol, encourages better sleep, protects against depression and cognitive decline, motivates healthy habits like movement, nutrition, and social connection. Self-check. Do you have a reason to get up in the morning? Do you feel useful to someone? A friend, grandchild, community group? Are you still learning or creating something? Ways to find it again. Volunteer, mentor, or teach something you know. Reconnect with neglected hobbies, music, gardening, crafts, even storytelling. Start a journal, write your life story, or document your family history. Bottom line. People with purpose don't just live longer. They live better. Sign 7, your ability to stand up from a chair without using your hands. What it reveals: functional independence, core and leg strength, and fall risk. Can you stand up from a chair or low couch without using your arms? It sounds simple, but it's one of the strongest predictors of future independence. It tests your leg power, your core stability, your balance, your neurological coordination. A Japanese longitudinal study of over 5,000 older adults found that those who struggled with this task were 2-3 times more likely to become disabled within 5 years. The sit-to-stand test is now a standard functional test in senior health screenings. If you can't do it easily, it's a red flag. Try it now. Sit in a chair with arms crossed over your chest. Stand up without using momentum or pushing off the armrests. Can you do it smoothly? Repeatedly? If it's tough, start a daily routine of bodyweight squats, even partial ones. Try seated leg raises, glute bridges, and wall sits to build strength. Focus on posture: hunched shoulders or forward head tilt reduce your power. Lose the ability to stand up unassisted, and you lose autonomy. Protect it at all costs. Bottom line. You can change your future starting today. These 7 signs aren't death sentences. They're diagnostics. Early warnings. Like the warning light on your dashboard, it's there to help you act before things break down. The good news: every one of these signs can be improved, even reversed, with consistent effort. You can regain walking speed. You can rebuild muscle and grip strength. You can sharpen your balance, improve your sleep, lower your heart rate. You can discover or reignite a sense of purpose. And yes, you can stand tall again. The key is to start small and stay steady. Don't wait for a scare, a fall, or a hospital visit to make changes. Use these signs as checkpoints and act on them now. Final tip: talk to your doctor or physical therapist about these markers. Ask them to assess your walking speed, grip, balance, and muscle function. This is where modern medicine and self-care can work together, not just to extend your life, but to expand the quality of your remaining years. Because after 70, it's not just about counting the years. It's about making the years count.